So in the last lecture you saw how to work with tuples. Now you may actually ask this question, that why do we need a tuple? Okay. The list is much more flexible. You can do different types of operations on a list, but in case of tuple you cannot do anything. So why do we need a tuple? Okay. Now the thing is that this tuple is something that you can store data in a tuple, but you cannot change the data anymore. In a list, whatever data you store in a list, you can modify those things. So this list is dynamic. So this list is dynamic. But when you are working with a tuple, this is like a constant. Okay, constant means you cannot change it. You cannot change it. So what is the benefit of that? The thing is that, so when you are working with tuple, you when you define a constant, you just need to say, for example, if you define like this way, a is equals to 5, you are defining a constant. So this requires only a single block of memory to store this thing. Similarly, when you are defining a tuple, whatever the size of the tuple is, when you are defining a tuple like this way, you still need a single chunk of memory, a single block of memory. That is because you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to keep any flexibility that you can place an item here or you can modify this item. Nothing. You cannot do anything with those things. So it is like defining a constant. So the benefit of this thing is that when you are creating a tuple, that is much faster than creating a list. When you're working with a tuple, okay, so this makes the program much more efficient than a list. Okay. So I hope you got the idea. So when you have to work with large chunk of data and you don't have to change the data, you don't have to modify the data, then you can just work with a tuple that will make your program run much more efficiently than defining it inside a list. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Now one last thing I want to discuss about tuple is sorting a tuple. Okay, just come here, that is sorting a tuple. Now as you saw last time that in the Anaconda, okay, so we don't have any sort method on a tuple. Okay, previously we saw that in a list there was a function called sort. If we perform that, say for example, let's define something. Okay, b2 is equals to list of a2. Okay, so as you can see, I have this list now, b2 4890. I can perform this sort method on this list, b2 dot sort. Okay, sort is a method, so our list will mutate. As you can see, it has been mutated in the ascending order 0489. But now as you can see, a2 is the tuple. If I try to perform this way, a2 dot sort, okay, so this is not going to work because tuple object has no attribute sort. So tuple does not have that method. So how to sort a tuple? Okay, so you can think, yes, you can convert it to a list, then perform the operation, but there is another way to do it. Okay, there is a built-in function in Python that is called sorted. Okay, previously we worked with sort, but this sorted is a bit different. That is, this function does not modify our original item, original object. You can perform this function on a list, okay, or a tuple, but that will not modify your object. Okay, so this is the difference. So let's see. Okay, let's first write sorted. This is your object. Okay, the parameters are same, key and the reverse key, the reverse. Okay, so this is the way of writing. So this is different. We don't write it in the dot format. So this is a function like the length function that we actually used, length of an object, like this way. Okay, this is similar to that. Okay, this sorted function. So let's see, let's try to perform this operation on the list first. Sorted p2. Achha, let's make it first. Let's create a new list first. b3 is equals to 4 comma 1 comma 9. Okay, so b3 is equals to 4 comma 1 comma 9. Okay, so this is our list. Now if I perform this operation, this sorted b3, okay, understand, we don't write it in the b3 dot sorted, not that way. This is a built-in function, not a method on list. So when I perform this, check what happens to the b3. As you can see, it provides as an output, it provides the sorted list, but our original list has not changed. So this is a built-in function, it does not modify our original list. Okay, Similarly, we can apply that to our tuple. Okay, so our tuple was like this, A2 4890. So if I write like this way, sorted A2, so our original tuple will not change. That's the basic thing. Tuple will not change, but take a look at the output. As you can see, when you perform this operation, this is sorted but returned as a list, not a tuple. Okay, so you can sort a tuple using this function, but when you perform this operation, the return will be a list. Okay, it will return a list, not a tuple. Okay, just careful about that. Now you can also do this, use this reverse parameter. So if I do like this way, sorted A2 comma reverse is equals to, now by default the value is false, that means ascending. If I write this way true, it will be descending. As you can see, the tuple is sorted in the descending way. Okay. You can also add the key parameter. One thing I actually already showed you, using the length, alien length, you can do that way. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. So this is the way of sorting a tuple. Okay, so now one other thing, what if I want to sort a list of tuples. Okay, first we saw how to sort a tuple. Now let's take a look how to sort a list of tuples. What will happen? Okay, let's first create a movies is equals to, okay, let's create one first. So now as you can see, I have a list named movies, and inside the list I have 3 tuples. Okay, if you look at here, the length of the list is 3, although there are 6 elements, but there are 3 items. Each one of them is one item. So if I write like this, where movies of 0, so this is going to return one item, that is the tuple, that's BVS, and the score, that the rating of the movie is 9. Okay, like this way. Now, so you already know that if I write t dot sort, this movies dot sort, our original list will be modified, will be mutated. But if you don't want to mutate your original list, you can write this way, sorted movies. But guess how the output will be sorted? Based on their ratings or their names. If I perform this, as you can see, original list is not changed, but look at here. So this has been sorted by the first item of the tuple. Okay, so see the BVS, the B is the first, B first comes first, then I, then T, according to the serial, not the serial of the ranking, not according to the ranking. So I hope you got the idea. That is, when you use this operation sorted on a list of tuples, it will be sorted on the first item of the tuples. Okay, let me write it here, based on the first item of the tuples, first item. Okay, first item. Acha, so the first item of the, based on the first item of the tuples. Now what if you want to sort this list, these movies, okay, sort this list based on their rating. Okay, so I want to sort this list based on their rating. Say for example, I want the Infinity Water come first, then the Batman vs Superman, then Thor. So how can I do that? So what you have to do, one simple way is just to reverse the items within this list. Okay, reverse the items of the these tuples, like this way. You can do this way. Okay, this is called list comprehension. You don't have to worry about it now, we'll discuss about it later. Okay, j comma I for I comma j in movies. Okay. So as you can see, M is now a new list. Okay, the items have been reversed. Okay, don't worry what I have written it here, we'll discuss it in later lectures. So now if I sort it like this way, it is simple. Sorted M. Now as you can see, the movies will be sorted based on the rating, and by default this is the ascending order. You can also use this reverse function, okay, reverse parameter, to sort them based on their opposite order, okay, the descending order. You have to save, if you want to save it in a different variable, you can just write it like this way. ms is equals like this, so it will be sorted in a new list. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. So this is about this is all about tuples.